welcome back to Unladylike Opinions, where I'm going to do Love Island Season 7, Episode 14. My voice is probably gone because I done did 3 videos back to back, and bear with me. Okay, here we go. So this episode starts off with Huda and Jeremiah continuing their conversation from last episode. Huda says he told her one way he was going to treat her and did the total opposite. Jeremiah said, I would have never called you out your name like you did. And Huda says, any other man that ain't even in a couple in here would have went straight to that girl after what happened last night. Jeremiah is like, so now I'm not a man. So Jeremiah said he didn't think this would be hard. He likes so many things about Huda, but solving the problem with them is something he doesn't know what it's going to do to solve it. She brings up the pancake situation yet again. And he said the fact that we are still talking about this is nuts. And she says it's not about the pancakes, it's the principle that I asked you to step up and you didn't. She said, clearly America sees that you have done things to show that you are not interested. And Jeremiah said, I think it's the total opposite. You got things flipped because you have done horrible things. She didn't say, so you think America hates me? And he doesn't answer. He just like tilts his head to the side. But she then proceeds to say, it's his fault that they hate her. Child. Austin and Amaya are talking, and she noticed he shaved his beard, and I'm so glad these two are talking because they needed to be like, this is who she was supposed to be with before her and Ace was a thing, because she connected with Austin more than Austin is connecting to Shelly while Shelly over there lying. And Hannah and so Amaya says Austin is a breath of fresh air, and they like lifting each other up because she said she felt like he was in a bad place, and she likes that she could lift him up. So Hannah and Pepe talk. She is glad to get to focus on Pepe. Pepe said as long as they don't hide things or try to play games with each other, they would be good. That moth is in my room. And of course, they make out, per usual. Alandra and Taylor talk, and he jokes with her about her massage. And she was like, wait, how you know about that? I'm like, girl, Jalen. And she finds, she tells him, well, he asked her, did they kiss? And she said, hell no. She like, he went for a kiss, but he got her cheek. And I was like, I could have sworn they both picked each other, but okay, Alandra. So she feels like it's more about the physical with Jalen, and for Taylor, it was more mental at first with them, and then it became physical. And she was like, Taylor stimulated her mind first, and then, he came in with the physical. And so she's like, she said she likes that Taylor isn't tripping on her connecting with Jalen. She gives him green flag vibes. So they go to the photo booth, and both her and Taylor are having their fun in the photo booth. And he told her, you in this see-through dress, I can see everything through it. And she said, oh, you can see everything? And he was like, yeah. She said, oh, good. I'm like, girl, what? They had this little cute kiss, and they laughed. So Jeremiah apologized to Huda for yesterday. We are over here again. He says Iris is not even his type, but Huda said you still slept in the bed next to her. What was he supposed to do? That's what recoupling do. I mean, he could have did like Ace and went and slept in the other room, but Ace didn't do that until Maya pissed him off. So Huda fake cries and says she's really hurt and he broke her heart. The way Taylor is demonstrating how Huda was acting when the couples came back on their yacht from the boat, the way he was reenacting how Huda was acting tickled me. Iris said America done put her in the middle of some stuff, and Taylor said, yeah, they done put you in the middle of some effed up stuff. Huda gets up in the middle of the night and goes crying in the hallway. And when they wake up the next morning, Jeremiah goes to her bed and says he's sorry he couldn't comfort her last night. And she says, we'll talk about it later. Where am I in the Twilight Zone? Like, what the? Nick says the toxicity with Jeremiah and Huda's relationship is sucking all the energy out of him, and he is fed up with it. Then Jeremiah tells Nick he wants to be happy and even have peace, and he don't think he can have that with Huda. And Nick just yawning. Taylor brings Huda breakfast so she won't be left out. And Alandra said, give my boy a kiss. What you doing? And so, give my boy a hug. What you doing? Not a kiss. I don't know what made me say that. Scratching his nappy head or whatever. So then Ace come in with breakfast for Shelley. And then here comes Jeremiah with breakfast for Huda. Like, what? And he was like, what's going on? And he's asked, what the girl named Amaya, like, I didn't know she already had breakfast. He was like, oh yeah, Taylor brought it to her because he didn't think you was gonna make it. And Iris said she didn't sleep upstairs because they was on the edge of the bed. So, you know, Nick makes a cute joke and said that Hannah probably had some security alarms on the bed. Huda stay coming. Nick stay coming for Huda, but be faking her face. So some of the girls and guys are talking, and Nick asks, do they think Huda and Jeremiah's relationship could be fixed? And Alandra says no. And I'm like, I need you to tell her that. Please tell her that. Stop saying it and not telling her. So Jeremiah says hi to Huda, and she tries to act all nonchalant like she didn't hear him. He say he has figured things out and wants to pull her for a chat later. Sierra said the way Huda went after Iris, she was scared. And Shelley said the moment Iris got in here, Huda set the tone for who Iris could and could not talk to. She said it should be a red flag if you feel you have to stand your ground for each girl that comes in. And I'm like, wish you like y'all saying this, but won't say this to her. I respect Ace and Nick for saying, now Nick backpedaling, but I respect them for actually saying it. So Nick said that Huda is drained and fed up with, Nick said he is drained and fed up with a certain couple. So Jalen pulls Alandra for a chat, and Taylor gonna say, you better help her down them steps, boy. And I laughed at that. And Alandra tells Jalen she loved her date and she needed it because the moment they got back last night, drama hit her again as soon as she walked in, and it did. They call it Hurricane Huda. Alandra said Huda should be glad she sees all the drama that comes with Jeremiah rather now than 2 months on down the line. And I'm so sick of Jeremiah study getting all the blame for what happened. Like, not saying that he's blameless, but the blame can go around. Like, and you see how she flips out. So I see why he don't go say nothing. So Jeremiah and Huda talk again, and he apologized and say that they got intimate too soon and they forgot to be friends first. That was they forgot to do the friend part first. So he wants to start over and start off with being friends. And then she says she's hurt and going back to being friends with him is hard. And even though she's saying this, she puts her feet, I said, Lord, her feet. I'm talking like my mom. She put her feet under him. And Iris notices it and says they can go be crazy together. So Huda doesn't want to be buddy with him, and she was like, he still slept in the bed with Iris. Like, what? And then they argue, and she crashes out and throws the pillow and walks off. I mean, she is screaming, hollering at him. She walked off, came back, and she walks over there to the couch where the other people were, and she talks about how she explained to Jeremiah what she wants, and he said he not doing it. Producers, I need y'all to show me what y'all not showing us that they having the conversation, because obviously I'm missing, because I don't remember him saying he wasn't doing it. Obviously we missing something, or Huda just a liar. So She goes on and cursing and calling Jeremiah out his name. But the way Nick and Taylor were raising their eyebrows at each other, like yeah, they were giving each other looking like they was over this. And Taylor said his tank is below E with this Hood and Jeremiah situation. Austin and Landry go for a talk. Austin and Alandra go to talk to Jeremiah, and Alandra talking about, what did you do? What did you do this time? I'm like, girl, stop pissing me off. So Jeremiah says she's talking about marriage and all that already, and I'm not ready for that yet. And Alandra like, Huda has a kid, so she already comes with a package deal. And I just said, what? Huda has a kid? And she was like, oh, shh. Both of them laughing, and they was like, don't say nothing, don't tell nobody. So Shelly talking about she still likes Austin. Girl, leave that man alone. And Austin and Shelly both think they are moving in the right direction. But what direction, she doesn't know. Girl, go to hell. Jeremiah talks to Iris, and he say he is clear-headed and he trusts himself to be happy. And Iris says she feels weird about talking to him and walking on eggshells as she talked to him, but she is open-minded. I was mixing open-minded and Iris together. And Iris says she wants him to know that she is here for him no matter what he wants to do. She wants him to follow his heart. So Shelly asks Ace to talk, and he just be staring at her, and they talk about tattoos and stuff. And she talking about, he said he wanted a new tattoo on his stomach, and she talking about, you can get a tattoo of my face on your stomach. And he was like, if I get a woman face on me, it's gonna be my wife. Shelly says she feels nervous pouring into Ace because she is still into Austin, and say she wants to sleep out there with Ace be it. And Ace smiled, and she was like, I don't want to sleep out here with you. And he like, girl, what? So Sierra finally, the one that tells Huda to die down on calling Jeremiah out his name. And she was like, oh, I was crashing out. Baby, when you not crashing out? So Nick tells Jeremiah, Hurricane Huda came in here calling you all types of bees. And he was like, oh, again? And so they tell him to please move on. Like, they begging him at this point. Alejandro tells Huda, what are your non-negotiables? Because nothing he has done is stopping you from getting to know him. And you still want to pursue him. And she like, I will talk to you guys about it later. And I'm like, y'all let her do this. And I'm like, no, you done interrupted all the stuff that we had going on and had to deal with this. We're going to get this. We're going to get the bottom of this and that. Like, why y'all keep letting her walk over on y'all like that? They all come down and have drinks. And Huda runs off crying because she sees Jeremiah pulls out Irish chair for her. Hannah tells her she is a mother before she is anything. I'm a mother. And Jeremiah is a little boy, not a man. And you never know who is going to walk through this door for you and could be your dream guy. Hopefully they walk through that door soon. Austin and Amaya are getting real charming with each other. And he said he's sick of the love triangle with Shelly. I'm definitely sick of hearing this. And he definitely feel like Amaya is more intentional and all about him. Austin said he can't wait to be a father and have a family. And Amaya reassures him that he will be great and he will be a perfect person for somebody. And Amaya and Austin scoops Amaya up, and Hannah over there hooting and hollering. So I said, ooh, ooh. And Taylor like, girl, stop. Like, you making it so obvious that we paying attention. And in walks Ariana. And I'm like, oh, hell. And they already know when she comes in, it's trouble. She tells them there will be another recoupling, and it is an equal number of boys and girls, so each girl have their own door, and they will stand behind and pick who they want to open their door. So they have to lock in their answers as they're standing behind the door. So the boy will stand by the door one by one on the girl that they want to couple up with. Any girl still behind closed door, any guy without an open door will remain single and vulnerable. Nick is up first, and he stands by Sierra's door. And of course, she opens it, so they're still in a couple. They remain a couple. Pepe is up next, and he walks over to Hannah's door. She opens her door, and they remain a couple. Shelly in her confessional. Oh wait, Austin stands in front of Amaya's door, and she opens it. So now they are a new couple. And Shelly in her confessional talk about some. When did Amaya and Austin become a thing? She wished that she would have known. Girl, hush. So messy producers put Ace next. It's Ace's turn to pick. And he stands in front of Shelly's door. And not like stands in front of Shelly though, baby. He did a two-step. Oh, walk it out. She opens her door, and now they are finally a couple. Oh my God. Hey Lord, it's Jalen's turn. And you already know Jalen is walking to Alandra's door. And when he gets to the door, what is the door? Locked. Access denied. So, he is now single. Now, they so messy. Taylor is up next. He walks to Alandra's door, and you know she opened that thing for my boy. And they are back in a couple. And finally, it's Jeremiah. I see they saved the crash out for last. So he walks to Iris' door. And guess what? The door opens. And they remain a couple. Huda drops to her knees crying. And when she opens her door, Ariana asks her, was her door unlocked for Jeremiah? She said, oh yes, it sure was. And she chose him because he said Iris was not his type and he wasn't attracted to her and he didn't want to sleep in the bed with her. Crash out queen. And she calls him by his name yet again. Ariana says, Austin laughing. And Ariana's like, what you laughing at? What's so funny? He said he glad Jeremiah chose safe because Huda said he chose the safe option instead of being real. And he said he glad Jeremiah chose safe because it's been a circle of what the ifs going around this whole time. Sorry, not sorry. So Huda is now single. Ariana tells Huda and Jalen that one of them will be going home and the Islanders have to choose who they want to save. So they have to stand behind the person they want to save. So, Jeremiah, Nick, Pepe, who is? What's the boy name? Austin. They all stood behind Jalen. And Huda, everybody else stood behind Huda, including Ace. So Huda had, that really shocked me. And then Huda tried to shake Ace's hand and Ace said, hell no. And so Huda had 8 votes. Jeremiah had 4. So that means Jalen had 4 votes. Huda had 8. So that means Jalen is going home. Huda thinks Iris was seeing something in her and giving her a second chance. And Iris is crying because she came in with Jalen. But she chose Huda. And I'm like, only if Iris knew that Huda said you wasn't a girl's girl when you was trying to get with Jeremiah behind her back. But hopefully they run them takes back on her. So Jalen says his goodbyes and he says he is glad Alandra has a connection with Taylor because that's what it's all about. And I'm so glad how Jalen left. Jalen bowed out gracefully. And that was the end of the episode. I'm tired. This is my last video. Glad we don't have an episode Wednesday so I can vocal rest because I'm losing my voice. Thank you guys for watching. And if I missed anything and you want to continue this conversation, please comment below, like, share, and subscribe. Thanks.